We move across to BBC iPlayer for the return of comedy Daddy Issues. And here's a clip.
There's this fire inside me now. I want to provide a better life for my baby.
This is gonna be the best day. Gemma!
No!
Dear terror.
Can I like it before the police turn up? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can't do this without you, Dad.
Yes, so if you haven't seen the first season of this, you'll catch up with season 2 pretty easily. I don't think you need to see it. You'll catch up, but it's quite good to have that. And I went back and watched some of those previous episodes just to kind of remind myself what happened. But essentially, that first series sees a single mum-to-be, Gemma, who's played by Aimee Lou Wood, and her dad Malcolm, in this kind of like weird father-daughter relationship where they're kind of both bumbling through life. She's a single mum to be, whereas this series, it's 3 months. You see her have the baby. She's having the baby Sadie, and then it moves to 3 months on, and you see a really quite different Gemma. And I actually really enjoyed this because Gemma, as I say, played by Aimee Lou Wood, is really quite a bright character. You know, she's really articulate. I mean, of course, it's scripted, I realise that. But you kind of often have these ideas of somebody, she's got herself into trouble, you know, she hasn't really got any kind of way of looking after this baby, particularly other than love. This has changed her view on everything. But she's just so sort of... she's bright. She's a bright girl, and she's very, very funny in this. It's a very dry humour. You know, it's sort of, there are kind of laugh out loud moments, but it's a bit of I sort of hear myself chuckling kind of all the way through when I was watching this. So as I say, this new run begins with baby Sadie has arrived, and Gemma is dealing with these, you know, sleepless nights, which any new mum will totally understand. And someone says to her, you know, aren't you supposed to sleep when the baby sleeps? And that's what people used to say to me, but of course you don't, because that's the only time you've got to actually catch up on doing anything so that house doesn't look like it's, you know, been burgled daily. So, you know, that's what you're doing. And she's absolutely exhausted, and the makeup and everything, which she just looks really quite run down at times, but it feels so real and genuine. And I think that is the point. But she has a really close relationship with her dad. Her mum comes back on the scene this time, her mum Davina, who's played by Jill Halfpenny, who's replaced Susan Lynch. Now she's out and about, out in the nights, you know, having fun, living her best life, you know, having a good drink and all the rest of it. And she's coming home, and really her dad's living back in a shared house, but on this sort of just basically at the top of the stairs. Really, it's not a way to live. So he's exhausted too, and she needs to try and find a way of getting her mum out the house. The mum is really no use. She was okay in the first few weeks, but literally 3 months in, and she's given up and she's bored of it all, and she wants to get her dad to move back in. So that's what this is all about doing. And the relationship that Malcolm has with Sadie, he absolutely adores her. It's quite different to the relationship that, you know, the grandmother has, because she's, you know, she just wants to live her own life. You know, she's not got, she doesn't have to do this anymore. She doesn't want to do it, and she's having a good time with a sausage man. Put it that way. So this is one of those. I really enjoyed it. But it's a one that you sort of chuckle throughout rather than massive belly laughs. What did you think, Ian?
Well, what a great launching pad Sex Education was for a number of young stars, wasn't it? And one of those was Aimee Lou Wood. And she's just gone from strength to strength. White Lotus, Film Club, which was terrific, comedy we've reviewed. And this is great as well. And of course, the idea of like the child being more grown up than the parent is fertile comedic ground, isn't it? As we know from Ab Fab. And that's what's happening here. And go back and watch season 1 because it's so good. And I mean, it's bittersweet in a way. That it's a comedy, but there is a slight sadness about it in a way. I mean, David Morrissey is wonderful as Malcolm, who, as you say, he's sleeping on a mattress on a landing in this shared house, which is owned by his friend Derek, played by David Finn, and he is very, very funny as well. And the mum just kind of going out shagging, you know, being completely useless. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's kind of quite gentle laughs, I would say, but it's very, very good. And I mean, Aimee Lee Wood can do no wrong.